Yes, I know, AI, everybody's talking about this, huh? All over. Very disruptive, I would say, technology. All over the place, in all the fields, everywhere, anywhere, anyhow. And yes, we are changed forever. There is no going back from this point. But let's talk. Today we're going to talk about real implementation in the real estate industry, shall we? My question to you is, or to myself was like, yeah, this technology is amazing. We can use it in so many ways, but am I using it in so many ways? Am I actually using it? And this is the question I'm going to ask you today. This is what we're going to talk about a little bit, because obviously the potential is over there, right? Right beyond the keyboard for us. But I don't think people use it as often as they should, especially in real estate. A field, an area which I believe not super techy, geeky. You know, we are more about actually going places and seeing physical stuff, which is real estate always have been about the people, right? And not the machines. But maybe we can use a little bit machines in our day-to-day in order to really connect more with humans. I know that it sounds a little bit weird when I say this, but I believe that AI can help us connecting more with each other and doing less hard, frustrating, kind of repetitive work that we always stuck with. And today I'm going to show you a little bit of the implementations and usages I found myself doing with AI all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean 80% of when I'm actually sitting on a computer doing some real work. AI is open, I'm working with the AI. And those 80% of the time for me being on a computer doing AI work actually took and shrank up all of my computer usage. So now I'm doing more AI when I'm in the computer, but I'm doing less computer stuff, if that makes sense. Let's talk and let's dive deep about the implementations. And we'll start with the first one, which is, I call it speech to real text. Of course, we had the speech to text for many, many years, and some of us use it on the phone, but now with AI, speech to text have become something completely different. And this is actually, I think, the most basic AI usage, yet the one I use the most. And really thinking about this is me speaking and something is taking what I said and turn it into a clear, structured text. And it's mind-blowing because it's so obvious, and I know that you know that, but let's go back 3 years from now, like 3 years in the past. Having this ability is something that only if you are super mega wealthy, you are able to afford. Having a person, right now it's not a person, it's AI, but having a person listen to you and then writing down what you just said and structuring it in a way that you can actually understand or send or share or use later. This is something only wealthiest high-end managers used to have, and now everyone with a laptop can have, everyone with a smartphone can have. And so the first tool I'm going to show you is this AudioPen. Amazing tool. It took me so long to find it, and I was on a verge to build one myself, but I finally found it, and I was more than happy to pay for it, because for me, like, this is like a day-to-day now, something I do everything. So I'm going to show you what it's all about. AudioPen, go from fuzzy thought to clear text fast, and I like it. So basically it's a transcription tool that also clears out the transcription and turn it into a text, basically a ChatGPT. But what I really like here is the UI, UX. And I'm going to show you this with AudioPen. You don't really have to use it. If you want, you have probably a discount code on one of my links in my websites, which I'm going to put down below. But you don't really have to use AudioPen. You can do that with ChatGPT. You can do that with whatever, right? But I really like AudioPen because I can see all the notes. This had become kind of like my Google Keep, a new version of Google Keep, and I'm going to show you exactly what it's about. So there is a big orange button. This is what I like. This is what I looked for, a big orange button, which I can press, and let's give it a microphone usage. Great. And now I can talk. Hey Rick, we haven't got any statements for the property management of February yet, and we are waiting for this. If you can please send it to me as soon as you can, that would be very helpful. Thank you. So I just wrote down something like a thought, and then I'm gonna click pause, it's uploading it, it's transcribing it, and then it rewrites it. Exactly what I want. Hey Rick, I hope this message finds you well. Did not receive the property management. Basically what I said in a format and structured text, and this is exactly what I was talking about. And I love this tool. I use it a lot, and then I can also decide on what folder I want it to be. I'll put it in my real estate folder. And that's it. I can take it, I can copy it, I can send it anywhere I would like. And this is my go-to way of talking with AI, and because I'm a speaker, you know, I love talking, and I think helped me and tremendously. There are so many features over here. It supports so many languages, and you can tell it what the default languages are, special words that you usually say that you don't want the AI to take them wrongly. And one of the best features is the writing style. So you can decide the writing style you would like, for example, a business memo or a casual email or a legal document or whatever. You can just pick the tone, and then it will take your transcription, keep everything as is, but just add in that tone. Amazing. And you can decide on the output length, medium, very short and crisp, or you would like something lengthy and more in-depth. Integrations, all of that good stuff. And feel free to check it out. I very much love this tool. And there is only one developer, and I think I really want to give him a special shout out. So thank you for everything you've done, and this is a great tool. Moving on. So we were talking about speech to real text. This is one of the basic fundamentals. I use it every time. I can use it for talking with my employees, for example. If I'm on the road or I'm driving, I'm just opening up my notes. I'm recording myself, transcribing it, and then I can send it to them. Also, not just employees, also when I'm writing emails nowadays, of course, this is one of the first implementation of AI. If you're not writing emails with AI, I suggest you start doing this. I mean, this is the real thing. This is the real deal here. And talking with customers, doing marketing stuff, but also I do this speech to text when I want to create a in-depth prompt to a different AI chat. Let's say, for example, I'm talking with ChatGPT and I really want ChatGPT to do something, but I want to explain it very deeply. I don't like to type because typing takes so much time. What I prefer is talking, transcribing it to text, and then give it to the AI. And when I'm talking, I can talk for 10 minutes while I'm doing something else, transcribe it, clear it, send it to the AI, and then the AI actually do what I want it to do. And this is a perfect example of reducing the friction. One of the biggest themes, I think, in AI usage is reducing the friction. I don't want to open the app, type in something, sending it, waiting, all this kind of stuff, copying, pasting it, have back and forth. No, I want to open an app, click a big orange button, talk, and that's it. Complete with this, right? And ChatGPT app actually support it. So as I told you before, you don't have to pay for anything else, but if you want, or you like me, it's worth for you, you can do this. I think this is fantastic ability to be able to talk and have it transcribe. And if we really think about this, when you're doing a meeting, you can transcribe that meeting and summarize it. Obviously, keeping in mind that speech to text functionality in AI is mind-blowing, and you can use it anywhere. You can walk a property, tell or memo stuff that you are seeing, I'm in the upper floor, I saw this and this and this. And once you go out, you have already a clear summary of everything you just saw in your property walkthrough, which then you can put anywhere you would like. So this speech text notation or note-taking functionality is amazing, and you can use it in so many ways. Let's talk about images, shall we? Of course, those images that I'm now seeing on the screen were made by AI, obviously. And also this one, and also this one, and also this one, including the text, and also these beautiful robots, including the text. So AI images are amazing. And one mistake I did when it initially started, I started to play with it and I got addicted into creating beautiful images. And this is a big mistake, because we are not doing real estate in order to create beautiful images. We're not playing around here. We want to use images in a way that will help our business. So of course, generating images, whatever tool you would like, there are so many. Obviously, creating images for social media and marketing and all those kind of stuff. Obviously, first implementation for any business, not just real estate. This is something you really have to do if you want to have the visuals way better. So the best tool I've found is Ideogram, an amazing AI agent that creates beautiful images with text and everything. It has capabilities you cannot really imagine. Doesn't matter if it's just a text, like a typography style, or a clear, real image style. Really does the job, and it does an amazing job. So if I would like to, for example, reimagine my logo for my company, I can do this with this tool, and I don't need a graphic designer anymore for this. In the past, I had to have a graphic designer in order to have a beautiful logo, but now with AI, it's just a matter of like, I don't know, $20 or something like that, or even less, $8, I don't know, for a month. Absolutely go there. For social media posts, of course, for YouTube thumbnails, for everything you would like, you can generate images and use them as base layers, background, or whatever for your styles. I'm not talking about this in depth because I think it's obvious, but if you don't do this yet, you probably want to take a look at it. A great implementation, which we did in our Hebrew website, was using the AI to create a beautiful images for the website. And right now you can see on the screen, obviously it's in Hebrew, but you can see on the screen that we generated a 3D render of a building, and it looks so beautiful with the website. I just removed the background over there, but it looks so beautiful with the website. And this is exactly the things we can now do at a very low cost if we know exactly what we're looking for. Amazing implementation that probably will blow your mind is imagine you're doing a flipping project and you are buying this property. For example, this is a property I bought in North Carolina. And when we got this, obviously, took a look around, but when we got this, this is how it used to look like. And I was trying to come up with design ideas in order to find the best way or the best look for this website. And there is Hover.to/designer, a free app that you can use that allows you to edit houses before you even do this on real stuff. And you can start imagining how it would look with different colors and different shingles, for example, for the roof, and different door colors or exterior color, everything. This is the image I gave it to the AI. Then I decided on colors and all this kind of stuff. And this is the design I ended up with. And this is exactly what we did. And the finished product looks something very similar to this. But this is when I initially trying to design and understand how I want this property to look. And this is amazing. Like the fact that we can pick colors we're gonna use and see them on the exact house before we even do this. Absolutely amazing website. I highly recommend you go there, and they did such a great job. You can actually pick a real shingles and real colors, real everything. And this is the design ended up very much close to. So I really use this tool, and this is how the real project, physical one, not the virtual one, ended up looking like. And those colors, believe it or not, were from my AI, kind of playing around with the AI. And I did a couple of simulations with different colors. I was playing around. You can see it here, playing around, and I picked the one I like the best. And this is exactly what we did in the property. Amazing tool. And not just this one, there are so many others, amazing tools we now have with AI. And still under images, I'm not gonna show this, but we can analyze deals like this. The other day, one of my boots on the ground sent me an image of an HVAC of a property I was looking to buy. And I took this exact image because we didn't know what model is this. You know, sometimes the notes on the HVAC, the sticker, is too old to understand what's going on. I took a picture, I sent it to Gemini of Google, and I asked it, how old do you think this HVAC is? And it gave me an answer with the exact model. I gave it to the boots on the ground in order to verify, and Gemini was correct. Amazing. So while touring real estate, I mean, you can use those images and send them to the AI. And we are trying to come up with ideas right now on taking this to the next level and building an app that you can just dump all the images you had from your tour or from the MLS, and it will kind of do like an initial run of those images, and in order to find like soft areas or areas for the renovation before you even send someone over there. Hang on, it probably will take us a few months, but just an idea. And if you would like to hear more about this, let me know in the comments, and I will maybe do a future video on how to build kind of app. Lastly, text and data. So text and data is, we can take AI, we can give it enough data. In real estate, we have so much data going on, and we can help or use it to help us analyze. I don't use AI to really do the underwriting of a deal right now. Maybe I'll do in the future, but right now, no. I really like my spreadsheets and my Google Drive folders. Right now, I think this is my way to go. But I do use AI when I have very long documents like inspection reports, when I want to summarize them into the big ticket items, or maybe trying to help me out build the scope of work. I can take the entire inspection report, give it to ChatGPT or Claude, ask them to help me with the scope of work, building a scope of work for this project. And since we have everything on the inspection report, they have all the context they need, and they can provide me with a detailed, very detailed scope of work, which is amazing usually. And I just need to refine it, tweak it, add it to the stuff I need. This is a big time saver. Another great example is we had a deal that the seller was giving us a inspection report that he did, like, I don't know, 4 months before we were talking or something like this. So a pretty recent inspection report. We took this one, we did another one. I bought my inspection company, which are, I like them. They do in-depth inspection. And I got a new inspection report and the old one. I gave it to Claude and I asked him, give me all the differences between the old inspection report and the new inspection report. Give me the stuff that appears only in the new one and give me the stuff that appears only in the old one. I took the listing, and obviously my guys did a good job or better job inspecting this property. I took all the differences and then I used those differences in order to renegotiate the price with the seller, and it helped me tremendously. It was super successful. I want to emphasize this. The concept here is to take long form text and shrink it to a very short form text. AI are amazing with this. The LLMs are amazing with this. This is a great implementation. In text and data, I used to manage an Airbnb, like 3 units of Airbnb. And one thing I'm not really good at is talking in a very nice, polite way in English, because English is not my native language, Or maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know, but AI is very good at talking kindly and politely in a customer service manner. And with my Airbnb guests, it was essential. There is this app called Hospitable where you have a little button, like send it to ChatGPT, and they craft a response for you. They read the entire chat, they read your property listing information, they read your house rules, and then give you the best response to the client or customer questions. This is great, awesome. And by the way, obviously all the listing information, the house rule, all those kind of stuff, I made them with ChatGPT. Obviously. In Airbnb field, the implementation of AI are tremendous. This is a great example of using text and data in order to really help us and streamline processes that for some people like me, more analytic guy, big time savers. And lastly, a great example of using AI with text and data is, this listing remarks you have when you see a property on the MLS, right? You can take those listing remarks, give it to the AI, and ask for a structured output. And this output can be on every single stuff you would like, all right? The structured output could be, give me a bullet point of all seller motivation indicators. Structure output could be, give me the composition of the units based on this listing remarks. And what I would like to kind of give you the direction to is taking this idea, turning this listing remarks into a structured output. This idea, maybe for one listing, is not that big of a deal, but when you analyze thousands or hundreds of listings, it can be a huge game saver. So let's say, for example, you have like a spreadsheet with all the listings you are currently watching, and you have like 200 properties over there, which easily, in my case, I can find myself having. And all the listing remarks, I can take those listing remarks, I can turn them into a structured output using basic, prompting and a little bit of technical knowledge. And I can turn them into a format called JSON or a CSV file, it doesn't really matter. Now I can analyze them and filter them by the way I want to filter on. Huge time saver. That's it for today. I'm sure there are more ways I use AI, but I couldn't really remember them. I'm sorry. But just to give you a taste, we are living in a world that everything has changed, and it's a waste of time doing the things the old way. Sometimes it's the only way, but with the new ways, some of the stuff I used to do is no longer relevant. And I remember myself, just as a finish, to sum this all up, I remember myself before the AI chatbot revolution, not taking some projects because I didn't have the capacity to handle them. And now AI and the automation and implementations we can do with it skyrocket my productivity or my business productivity, and every single one of my employees as well. So the scale is incredible by, I think, 1000%. Now we can do more with the same amount of people. An amazing tool. Hope you like this one. You can feel free to message me or text me anywhere you would like. I also have a blog. If you would want, you can find all about me in probably all the links you will be able to snag. Show the love if you feel it. Hope you have a nice time investing. Thank you very much. Have a good one.